Imagine sailing into the ocean at midnight with your best friend, only to realize he is too drunk to control the boat. The wind is rising, the waves are turning black, and there is no way back. Then, out of the darkness, something enormous starts moving toward you. Arthur Gordon Pym was young, curious, and dangerously fascinated by the sea. His friend Augustus filled his head with stories of storms, ships, and distant islands. One night after a party, reckless excitement took over them both. They made a decision that would nearly cost them their lives, to take a small sailboat out into the night. It was late, cold, and thrilling. Under the cover of darkness, they slipped down to the wharf and boarded the little sailboat, the Ariel. At first, it felt like freedom, just two friends, a strong wind, and a secret no one else knew about. The Ariel flew across the water. At first, it was exhilarating. The sails were full, the wind was strong, and the sea felt alive beneath them. But before long, Pym noticed something wrong. Augustus had gone strangely quiet, and there was something unnatural in the way he held himself. When Pym finally looked closely at Augustus, terror hit him. His face was pale, his eyes were unfocused, and his hands were trembling. The truth became horrifyingly clear. Augustus was in no condition to steer. He was badly drunk, and they were already far out on open water. Then everything fell apart. Augustus lost what little control he had left and collapsed helplessly into the bottom of the boat. Now Pym was alone. He was no expert sailor. He had a storm ahead of him, darkness all around him, and an unconscious friend at his feet. Pym fought desperately to control the Ariel. The wind grew harder. The waves rose higher. Every second felt like a battle between a terrified boy and an unforgiving ocean. The adventure was gone. Now it was only about survival. To save the boat, Pym had to make desperate choices. But the storm was already too powerful. The Ariel was no longer truly under human control. Around him were only violent sounds, the wind, the cracking wood, and the sea striking like a living force. Then, from the darkness, came a terrible scream-like sound. Pym could not understand what it was, human voices, storm noise, or something worse. In that instant, fear swallowed him completely. Out there in the Black Sea, they were no longer alone. In the next instant, the truth appeared. A massive whaling ship emerged from the darkness and bore down on them. Against that giant vessel, the Ariel was nothing. The collision came with shocking force. In seconds, their entire world was shattered. By some miracle, both of them survived. But the night changed them forever. By morning, the world looked normal again. Houses, voices, daylight. Yet Pym knew he would never forget the face of the sea that night. Sometimes the most terrifying brush with death begins with what feels like a harmless adventure. After that night, Pym understood one thing: the sea does not forgive, it only waits for you to make one mistake.